What's up, motocross action? Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 15, presented to you by O'Neill Racing. We're in the O'Neill Prodigy gear right now. We're at the Wiseco World Two-Stroke Championships. Just got done racing. There's two strokes still ripping up the hills behind me. The track is rough today. It was gnarly, okay? It was really gnarly, but it was a lot of fun. And in this video, I'm going to be giving a little more race recap on how the event went for me and talking about how it went for some of the other guys as well. It's been a lot of fun today. It's been a long day. We're in the evening now. It's Saturday racing. Two strokes have taken over Glen Helen. Practice started off pretty rough this morning. The track was deep, rutted, and gnarly, and guys were coming off already complaining about how rough the track was after the first few practices. Unfortunately, Josh Grant, he was the heavy hitter, the big title guy coming into this race. Michael Lessie wasn't here because he still has a broken hand, broken wrist. So Josh Grant was the #1 guy. All eyes were on him. I was in practice with Josh Grant. I was riding my KTM 150. We came down the straightaway side by side. I was actually ahead of him, and we ended up colliding midair. He kind of slid into me. I think he miscalculated the jump, and it was really unfortunate, really sad. But Josh Grant did have a hard crash, and it was heartbreaking for me to be involved with it. So it was really sad to see that Josh Grant wasn't out here racing, but that opened up the door for Robbie Wageman to jump on the Twisted Development YZ300 that Jamie Ellis built for Josh Grant. Pretty crazy. Robbie Wageman jumped on the bike, and he ended up getting the whole shot in the first Open Pro moto. I was second on MXA's 2021 Husky 252 stroke. It's pretty cool. I got a second place start right behind him, and I'm on a stock bike with just a Pro Circuit silencer on it. So I ran third for most of the moto, then Jerry Robin ended up getting by me. So that was the first moto. I finished fourth in the Open Pro class. Then I switched gears over to the KTM 150 that Pro Circuit built for the Pasha 125 Open class. So super cool. Pasha, he's a Hollywood stunt actor. He works construction. He wants to see pros on two strokes. He pays big money for the Open Pro class. It's up to 150 cc's. He pays big money for the 30 plus 125 class, and he pays big money for the 50 plus 125 class. So surprisingly, there was actually more money to win the Pasha 125 Open class than there was to win the Open Pro class. So Open Pro, they paid through top 10, and first got 2,700 in the Pasha 125 class. First got 3,000, second got 2,000, third got 1,000, then it dropped off big time to fourth and fifth would have got 200 and 100. So pretty wild racing out there today. I ended up getting the whole shot in the first Pasha 125 Open class. Yanked the start. This Pro Circuit built bike was just unreal. I by far had the fastest bike on the track, and you could see that by me getting the whole shot both times off the start. So that was super fun to ride. I was leading. I led for most of the race in the first Pasha 125 Open class. Then Justin Hofft, I talked about him on episode 14. I said that he's a tough rider to battle with. He ended up getting me with about 3 laps to go in the first moto. So the motos are long here. They're 20 minutes plus 1 lap. The track is rough. The track is gnarly. Justin Hofft got me. He won the first Pasha 125 Open moto. I finished second. Brandon Ray on a YZ 125 was impressive. He finished third. And then MXA's Jerry Robin, he was riding our Gas 125. Bone stock engine, bone stock suspension. He got fourth in the first Pasha 125 Open class. So pretty impressive. In the 30 plus 125 class, Jeff Alessi was out front. He actually won the first moto. Dennis Stapleton got third, so that was pretty cool to see. In the second moto, Sean Collier came up and got him. So Sean Collier won the 30 plus 125 Pasha class in that division. In the 50 plus class, I think it was Doug Dubach that was battling up front. I'm not sure if either him or Kurt Nicole got it, but there was 15 total races today at the World Two-Stroke Championship. I was race 4 on the Open Pro class and race 8 for the 125 Open class. So I had a quick turnaround in between. I was doing okay, actually. I wasn't too tired after the first Open Pro moto. So I started pretty fresh for the Pasha 125 Open. Then I had a long break in between the two. I was pretty tired, pretty beat down. It's warm out here, not as warm as last year, but it was pretty gnarly. Then second motos came around, the Open Pro class. I got an awesome start again, right behind Robbie Wageman. Again, he got the whole shot, but I was second around the first turn on the stock 252 stroke. I ran second for the first lap, right on Robbie Wageman. Then I went off the track right after the finish line, so that was a little bit heartbreaking. I went off the track. Trevor actually got a cool video of it. I skidded around the outside of the turn, and then I tried to get back on. If I would have got back on right away, it would have been pretty impressive, and I probably would have been 5th or 6th, but maybe even 4th, like right there. But then I got high centered on the berm. That was heartbreaking. I had to let a lot of guys go by. So at that point, I lost a lot of energy, and Jerry Robin and I had a battle for, I think I got 8th place in that moto. So I went 4-8 in the Open Pro class after making that mistake. I was tired, man. And then I had a whole nother 20-minute moto after that with the Pasha 125 class. So I had to dig deep. Not training full-time, I'm not racing full-time. I work for MXA, and MXA keeps me busy. This week was a long week getting the bikes ready. Rusty Holland came over, he got us all dialed in with Hoosier Tires, so we were at Jody's house late on Thursday night. Then our graphics came late too, but Throttle Syndicate got us. It wasn't Throttle Syndicate's fault, it was actually FedEx's fault. They got lost, but we got the graphics. We put them on Friday after racing. Long story short, I was pretty tired, but I was actually impressed with my ability to pull it together. I got another whole shot in the Pasha 125 Open Moto 2. Then I held on to the lead for about half of the race. Justin Hofft got around me, and then Brandon Ray got around me as well. So it was impressive to see Brandon Ray on the YZ 144. He was doing awesome. And then Jerry Robin, he finished 4th on our Gas 125. So overall, fun day. I can't thank Mitch Payton and Schneike enough. It was an honor to have Schneike, former factory Honda mechanic. He was with Justin Barsha up until he switched to Yamaha a few years ago. Now Schneike is an R&D technician at Pro Circuit, and I got a little interview with him too to talk about his day working here at MXA.
Wow, what an experience. Two-Stroke National with Josh Mosiman here. First time out here on a Two-Stroke National. My day was exciting. I'm glad that Josh invited me out here. We had a successful day. We grabbed some hole shots.
What'd you think of that bike?
Dude, that thing rips. That thing ripped some big hole shots. Josh rode good and finished 3rd overall today, and it was a good day overall.
What do you think about stock bikes and stock suspension now?
Dude, whole new ball game there. Very impressed that you can ride a stock bike, stock production suspension as fast as you guys do.
Cool. And then what do you think about the event in general?
Glenn Howen, everybody put a good event on, tons of people, and it's so good to see Two-Stroke still living, and it's thriving.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Yep. See ya.
In the Open Pro class, it was a bummer. I went 4-8, but it was also impressive to see Trevor Stewart. He actually got the win in the second moto, but Robbie Wageman got the overall. So Robbie won $2,700 riding Josh Grant's bike after not even planning on racing today. He's been racing Supercross, he's been racing West Coast Supercross lately, so he wasn't planning on racing. Hopped on the bike after Josh Grant got hurt, so impressive to see. Josh Grant injury update. So far, I saw him after the crash. I went over and helped him get up. He was concussed. He was trying to figure out where he was, and he knew where he was, but he didn't know how we crashed together. So that was a bummer, but then he also went to the hospital to get checked out. So I hope he's okay, and looking forward to hearing good news from him. In the Pasha 125 Open class, it was Justin Hofft who got the win. He earned $3,000 for winning the Pasha 125 class. And I even heard from him that Fast House matched his bonus with another $3,000. So that was impressive. Big money day for him. I ended up getting the whole shot award in both motos, and that paid $125. So I got $1,000 for 3rd overall, and I got $250 for 2 whole shots, so that was pretty sweet. So I gotta give a big shout out to Pasha. Thank you so much for having us out here. Thank you for putting up big money to get pros on Two-Stroke, so it was a lot of fun. This time I actually had a really great bike. I had 0 excuses. For me, I was actually running a 150 engine in the KTM, and I ran stock suspension, and that wasn't by force. It was actually by choice. I liked the WP Air Forks. I like the suspension for 2021. The Husky's got the lowered platform. The KTM's got the standard platform. I'm impressed with the suspension, so I ended up choosing to go with stock suspension, and I felt really good. So I don't have anyone to blame except myself and my own fitness for not placing better today, but overall, it was a lot of fun. We also got to talk to Jerry Robin. He rode MXA's YZ250 two-stroke and our Gas 125. Here's what he had to say. All right, how was it, Jerry?
It was good. Obviously, the Two-Stroke National was a lot of fun. Track was good, nice and rough. It's always fun to just get out on a two-stroke and literally, you know. So
what were you riding?
I was riding a stock YZ250 and then a stock Gas 125. So the 125 class, the guys had some 150s, and it was tough to keep up with them. But the YZ250 was really good. Suspension was a little soft, but it was all in all a fun day.
Sick. And You just rode one practice yesterday?
Yeah, I just rode one practice, got used to the bike, and then raced today. So.
In between your Supercross season, getting some outdoor in?
Yeah, getting some outdoor time in.
All right, sweet. What do you think about the race in general?
The race is awesome. I'm glad that you do this race. It's nice to see two strokes out there and get some more recognition because they're still good bikes, and I don't know. I think we should still race them at the pro level.
Sick. All right, guys, so that's it for this week in MXA, episode number 15. Normally with these videos, I like to do a little news recap from what's going on in the industry and tell you about what the MXA Wrecking Crew is up to. Basically this week, it was all two-stroke focus. We had a lot of work to do for the magazine and some other testing, but then it was all two-stroke focus, getting ready for the Wiseco World Two-Stroke Championship. So thank you to Wiseco, thank you to Fast House for sponsoring this event, thank you to Glenn Helen for putting this event on, and thank you to our personal sponsors that have got our bikes. We had 8 bikes dialed in with Hoosier tires. We ran the X25 Hoosier tires this week. Thank you to Rusty Hahn for driving down from NorCal to install tires on all of our bikes. And thanks to Kevin as well from Mind Effects for getting us dialed in. He definitely got me a little picked me up and kept me focused for the second moto, so that was a big plus. Thanks for Mind Effects, and also thank you to Throttle Syndicate for making our graphics look sick, making us all match with the MXA logos clear across the shroud. So overall, it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys liked this little race recap that I did. It was a lot of fun out here. The only thing that would have made it better is if my fitness was a little bit better, so I could have hung on a little bit, maybe placed a little bit better in both classes, but overall, still fun. As always, I ask you guys, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about my race weekend, what you think about two-strokes in general, and if you appreciate Pasha from putting on two-stroke races and putting up big money to get pros out here racing two-strokes, leave a comment down below. I know Pasha checks out motocrossactionmag.com. I know he checks out our YouTube channel, so he'll appreciate the positive feedback in the comments. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with our latest videos, and click the thumbnails now for some of our latest videos as well. And check out motocrossactionmag.com as Trevor Nelson Official, our videographer and photographer for the weekend. He's going to be putting together an awesome video covering the whole event. As always, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels. We got a dog here. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Hey, subscribe to the channel, man. Oh! That's what we're dealing with as we film this video. People riding by on 4-strokes. This is a 2-stroke race. Are they even allowed to have 4 strokes here?